Alright everybody, hello and welcome as always. I am Sean. This is In The Mix, episode number 25 of our Pentagon challenge. We're still in China, we're still working our way through that Champions League triumph, getting that first trophy in the cabinet so that it appears just up there above our head, and hopefully moving on in the series, because we want to start trying to get through some of the continents relatively quickly, and we've got a huge opportunity now with our Champions League second round first leg ties that we're going to bring you guys in today's episode. Let's not waste too much time, let's jump straight in and see how we've gone. So, first and foremost, we are currently sitting second in the division, funnily enough behind Beijing, who will of course play in the Champions League. But as far as the league is concerned, we've had a relatively good start, actually a really good start. We've only had 2 defeats throughout that period, no draws as yet, mostly victories all the way through. Beijing actually have an identical record, but they did beat us last time out, a 3-2 defeat away at the Workers' Stadium in Beijing. Hansong and Kani Chukwuemeka, who I think is part of the Aston Villa squad at the start of the season, or start of the regular database if you see him about anywhere, getting the goals in that fixture. Karatala and Bao getting goals for us, but we were 2-0 down at various points in this game. So Beijing can beat us, and I guess it kind of goes to show that this is going to be a challenge, even though they are closer to us in terms of the domestic title picture. I would expect us to get back up towards the top of the league. I think most of the other teams that we've played against, we have kind of beat on cruise control. Beijing are actually undefeated, I'm now just realising. But they've got 3 draws there against Changchun, Chongqing, and Tianjin. But still early days, still relatively tight. You can see Meizhou, Dalian Pro, Shandong, Shanghai Shenhua. They are not that much further behind us. So quite a few different clubs and teams still very much involved in that kind of like title race at this stage. But we do want to try and back up our title from last season and see how we go. Otherwise, the squad has been pretty much all good. Tao still working his way back. Park Ju-sung is suspended for this first leg at home. But otherwise, no real massive concerns that we have to worry about in the build-up of the team itself. Tactically, and this is going to be a challenge, because our other left-back is not registered. He's too young to actually be registered for the Champions League as things currently stand. Hei Wei will fill in over on left-back, which he's not great at. So that might be one that we have to keep an eye on throughout the course of the match. But we are at home. We are going to go with our attacking instruction and style. We're going to try and get through these games and both legs of the tie using both. So potentially in the away leg, we're going to drop back to this possession-based style, play a little bit deeper, try and catch them on the counter a little bit more, and see how we go from there. And you know what, just because we haven't done it in a while, we'll go through the lineup. Min Kun in goal. We're going to go with Wu Qi and Zhao Gang as the 2 central defenders. Actually, you know what? Zhu Qi can come back in for Wu Qi. Or should I play Wu Qi? He's only 18. He's got a high ceiling. We'll go with Qi. We'll go with him because he's got a bit more experience. Morris as the right back. Wei, as we mentioned, as the left back. Jian Feng will anchor midfield alongside Li Jin. Ahead of them will be Wang Mingzhuan, who's been excellent for us this season. Wanmi Karatala will play as the inside forward on the left, our ex-Wonder Kid, and then Diaz over on the right. Zhang Biao will lead the line up top. But it's a very strong lineup. It is close, if not for that left back spot. It is pretty much our strongest available lineup, so I can't really complain about player availability too much. We're going to jump into the dressing room. We're going to say we're the favourites here, and I'm just going to tell everyone that I've got faith in them, just to hopefully give them a little bit of a boost. If we can get ourselves a win and give ourselves something to try and defend in the second leg, I think we'll be in great shape. Beijing are playing a pretty similar 4-2-3-1 to our structure, to be honest. Keep an eye on this Ji Bin guy. He scores against us quite a bit. They've also got Sturgeon, a few decent players in their lineup, and they've got the first highlight here, but it is a cleared header there. Fuchik on halfway, long ball forward to Huang Zhu. Cut back here, all the way back. They're keeping the ball very deep on that left-hand side. Gone all the way back to the keeper now. Zhu Feng is going to switch it out to the other side. Don't overcommit on the press in wide areas, boys. Just drop off a little bit. We don't need to leave that much space in behind. They seem quite content just playing it at the base of their midfield at the moment, but Diaz has just won it back in a great area. Can he find a ball back in? He's hit the inside of the upright, and just it gets scrambled away by the defence. Wonderful little interception and run on his own there. And the ball's starting in their possession here again. Bao finds Karatala, who just drives it beyond the far post. Oh, we need to get these chances on target, boys. 2 golden opportunities to take the lead early on, and both we've just wiggled wide. And here they come forward again. Got goal side on the left, and then Hei Wei actually gets it away. Min Kun with a good save there, just forcing it wide. Might be about to have our first corner of the match here as well. Karatala goes short to Jin, cut back to Gang, and we spoke about maybe what defensive partnership we were going to start with at the start of the game, and Zhao Gang has come up with a huge goal from the edge of the area here. Karatala finds Jin, cut back to Gang, about 18 yards out, and he's just rifled that one home. Zhu Feng in the Beijing goal. Couldn't do anything about it, and we take the goal advantage that so far I'd say the opportunities or the chances that we've seen would deserve. Long way to go yet, though. Ball in possession of Qi here. Jian Feng, now Wing Zhan, out to Diaz. Ball towards back stick. It's cleared away by the Beijing defence. Ming Zhan comes to close down again. Maurice with a lovely interception there in a wide area. Now what can Bao do on the right-hand side? He's got the overlap of Maurice now. Wonderful crosser of the ball. Gets it towards back stick, and Jin, just the header beyond the near post. We need to start making some of these chances count and really trying to push this advantage that we're at in the minute. It's only going to take 1 or 2 chances, I think, for Beijing to get straight back into this one. We are through the 30-minute mark now, so I'm going to hit demand more. Let's see if we can't give everyone some focus through to the halftime whistle. And as halftime's called, it's tense, but we have had quite a few highlights. So 5 shots, 1 on target, 0.49 XG and 47% possession for Guangzhou. 1 shot, 1 on target, 0.1 XG and 53% of the ball for Beijing. We haven't really seen any highlights for them, but I don't want to jinx it. I'm going to say I'm happy with the performance so far. Keep it up. Everyone seems inspired and motivated. I don't really want to change too much, but we will give it 15 minutes. We'll have a look at form, fitness. We do have a game in the league in between these 2 ties as well, so there's quite a bit for us to keep an eye on going into this second half. Wide free kick here for Beijing. It's a good claim there from Ming Kun. Came out, made himself big. Long ball forward. Bao knocks it down for Jian Feng. And now out wide right to Diaz. Good switch out to Karatala, who has picked up a bit of a knock, it looks like. Wei tries to get a ball in. Flick on back stick. And Diaz has gotten the nod home. I think it was Bao with the flick on header. And it's Diaz who gives us a 2-goal advantage and something to work with away from home. Absolutely fantastic play here. Karatala finds Wei, gets it back on his right foot, playing out of position. Bao with a lovely flick on header. And Diaz just side foots that one home at the far post. An excellent, excellent effort. And we are right on the hour mark as well. So it's a good time for us to make some subs and some changes. Karatala, we're not going to risk because he's picked up that knock. Ziyong will come on for him. Jian Feng's not having a great game, so we'll move Li Jin to the DLP. We're going to bring on Boyang, another full Chinese international, in as the Mazala. They're saying Qi hasn't played that well, which is, I don't know if I agree with that, but we'll bring on Wuku. Or Kai, or Cow. I don't know how we're pronouncing that one. We'll just wing it each time. I'll say it a different way each time. You guys can let me know your favourite one in the comment section below. And we are also going to use Old Faithful, a demand more shout, with 30 minutes remaining. They've immediately got a highlight, which is always terrifying. Good overlapping run here from Zhu, the left back. Playing a nice little triangle around, and it's fallen back stick. We spoke about G-Bin in the build-up. He's got 16 goals already this season, and he's just pulled one back there, which gives them an away goal to work with. I don't think it's related to any of the subs that we made. It is potentially just capitalising on us playing a right back at left back. And yeah, Hayway just dropped straight off. The ball was coming to him and he actually got out of the way of it, which is a bit frustrating, but good finish from G-Bin, and he is a very, very good player. Throwing on the right-hand side here. Ming Zhuan wins it back in a great area. Now Zhong, first we've seen from him the fresh sub. What can he do? Wide left area. Can he get a good ball back into the box? Cut back finds Bao. It's a wonderful ball in. 7th goal of the season for Bao. And Jiong's assist is absolutely fantastic here. This is exactly what you want from like your depth and your subs. They're able to come on and actually change games. He's flown past a few defenders here. Gets himself to the byline in a great spot. And that is a fantastic ball in between quite a few defenders. Basti, their defender, has just kind of lost his man for a split second. And Bao just side foots that one home to give us that 2-goal advantage again, and 3-1, much better proposition to take into an away leg than 2-1 would have been. I'm going to say demand more as well, 10 minutes remaining. There are quite a few players here. You can see their condition is not great at the moment, so we're going to have to use our rest days between these legs. But 4 additional minutes to be added on, which we are through now, and the referee calls full time. It's a wonderful 3-1 victory to start off the tie. 12 shots, 1.7 XG, 49% possession for Guangzhou. 8 shots, 4 on target, 0.63 XG, and 51% of the ball for Beijing. So they came back into it a little bit. I'm going to say a very nice victory, lads. Well done. That is a big, big game and a big, big result. We are going to jump through now. Karatala's out for 1 to 3 days with a tight groin. That's okay. We can work with that. And there's a few players with fitness concerns that we're going to have to be mindful of. So I think it was Qi and Jin. We're going to give them 2 days rest. And then the rest of the starting lineup, we'll just give them 1 day so they can try and pick themselves back up for the next match. And we can get Park Ji-sung back in, which is fantastic for us. But magic of editing, we're going to jump forward to the second leg against Beijing now. All right, so a little bit of a bonus for you guys. We're actually going to get the quarterfinal and semi-final draws today. So we are about to learn our opponents. So for the quarterfinal draw, we'll play either Central Coast Mariners or Melbourne Victory. So we're heading back to Australia at some point, which will be very interesting. And in the semi-finals, if we get through, we'll play one of Jeonbuk, Pohang, Shandong, or Melbourne City FC, of course, because they're always involved. But looking at the lineup, we are going to make 2 changes. No, we're not. We're going to go with the same lineup, but we're going to bring in Park Ji-sung, who's back from suspension at left back. You can see here Diaz, Bao, and Ming Xuan not fully fit, even though we have utilised those rest days between our matches. We did win the game against Dalian Pro 4-0, which was great. We didn't have to risk too many players getting through the full 90 minutes, which was awesome, and we still got a fantastic victory. We are still sitting second in the division, though, behind Beijing. They won their game as well. But Diaz's knock, we are going to have to keep an eye on. We're going to have to keep an eye on these other guys with kind of lower levels of fitness as well. That's going to be super important. And we're going to jump across to our possession-based style. Just to play a little bit deeper, keep the ball a little bit more, being away from home. And let's really try and defend this 3-1 lead and push ourselves through to the next round. I'm going to say pick up where you left off last time out. And then I'm also going to say I've got faith in you. And everyone seems motivated, which is great. We've got a good group here. Everyone seems to, at the moment at least, be responding quite positively to all of our stuff that we say. Beijing still be using their 4-2-3-1, largely the same lineup I think that they had in the first leg. But you'd think they're going to have to come out and attack a little bit more if they want to overturn their first leg deficit. Throw in here, left-hand side. Park Ji-sung's first involvement is to give the ball back to the opposition, which isn't great, but Jin's done him a favour and won it back in a fantastic area. Sends Diaz out the right-hand side. What can he do? Wide right area. Cut back. Tries to get a good ball in, and it's Zhu Feng with an excellent save, it must be said. Good reverse pass here to Ji-sung. Skips past one challenge, cuts it back to Karatala, but it's won by the Beijing midfield. We recover possession on halfway. Forward, Diaz with the switch. Karatala gets goal side and finds the finish. That makes it 4-1 on aggregate, and we've got an away goal to work with. Surely, we have enough to carry on and get through to the next stage of the knockout rounds, which would be the quarterfinals. And I'll keep an eye now. We'll have a look in a second once we get back to the main page. Wonderful finish there from Karatala. Brings it back down, gets it on his favoured right foot, just slides it past the oncoming keeper. As things stand, I can't see the whole leg, but it's 0-0 in the Victory Central Coast game. We did play Central Coast a couple of seasons ago in the Champions League. We may be heading back there again. They have had a few good seasons in the A-League itself. They have just taken a 1-goal lead I've seen before this highlight started off. Throw in here with Ji-sung. Back to Gang, who looks a bit longer. Bao does very well in the channel to pick that one up amongst a couple of defenders. Can he find the cut back to Karatala? He does. Skips inside one challenge, plays it across. Great save from the keeper, but Diaz is there and on hand to slide that one home for his 8th goal of the season. And we are 5-1 up on aggregate, 2-0 up on the day. And we are absolutely flying at the moment. This is fantastic stuff. Karatala, lovely run. Feng can only push it wide. And Diaz, thankfully, the fox in the box, right there on hand to slide that one home. He's been excellent across this tie. We're through the half an hour mark as well. I'm going to hit demand more. And 2 additional minutes to be added on at the end of the half, which we're through now. And at halftime, 7 shots, 1 on target, 0.9 XG and 50% of the ball for Beijing. 6 shots, 4 on target, 0.93 XG and 50% of the ball for Guangzhou. I'm just going to say, very happy with the performance, lads. Keep it going. Throw in on the right here for Beijing. First highlight of the second half. It'll be interesting to see how they come out in the second here. Good reverse pass there, Huang Jiayi. It's a good ball there from Yun Feng in midfield. Just got themselves goal side of Morris, which doesn't happen a whole lot. He's a very capable defender. And it's a lovely run and a perfectly weighted pass and a good finish as well, to be fair. Takes the touch inside of his left, rifles the shot with his right foot into the top corner. Can't be too mad about that one, but we do need to find our focus a little bit. Corner here, a flick on header there from G-Bin, who did score in the first leg. We're going to hit, we've got a highlight here. We'll let that one play out in a second, but let's make these subs. So you can see Li Jin not doing great in terms of overall fitness. We're going to bring on Boy Yang for him. Diaz not playing badly, but also fitness is the big one that we have to keep an eye on. And then Ming Xuan, we might take him off as well for Xiao Tang. We're just going to go with the 3 guys that have the worst condition at the moment. That's what's going to drive our decision making, and we'll just tell them we've got faith in them. None of them were having like the greatest games of their lives anyway. Ming Xuan, now to Morris, forward to Diaz. Pinballing around here at the back a little bit. We keep it between Chi. Long ball forward, wasn't quite there, but it's given possession back to Beijing, who again, happy to play triangles in their own half, and then when they get forward, they're a little bit more direct. Ji-Bin over on the right here, he's the danger man, I think. Cut back there near post, finds Li Zijie, and with 30 minutes remaining, they made it 2-2 in the tie. 2-2 on the day, and 5-3 in the tie. Not great. We might have to make a tactical tweak. We might go back to our more attacking instruction just because we've got fresh legs out there now. We maybe can press a little bit further than we would have previously. So we're going to make that adjustment. I'm going to throw a demand more shout out there with 20 minutes remaining. It's 1-1 in the Victory Central Coast game. We've got a corner here. Karatala to take. Finds back stick. Bao with the knock on home. Surely that is it. Surely it's 6-3 on the tie and 3-2 up on the day. There isn't enough time for Beijing to get the required goals they need. It's really poor defending from them, to be fair. It's somehow made its way after bouncing in the 6-yard box to the back stick, and the simplest to finish it. Last 10 minutes. Let's throw one more demand more shout out there. Karatala, edge of the free kick from the edge of the area, and he's done it as well. 10th goal of the season for me, Karatala. He's been excellent today, must be said. Wonderful, wonderful free kick. We'll check this one out in 3 dimensions. Right-footed player, right-hand side of the box. Curls that one back towards the far post. Zhufeng cannot get across to it. And 4-2 on the day, 7-3 on aggregate. 2 minutes of additional time to be added on, which we are through now. Absolutely wonderful performance. We're going to say happy with how this tie went. Winning both legs, always a great way to do it. And to do it, hopefully, against one of our main title rivals in the league itself, will give us a little bit of a nudge, a little bit of a boost in that league title race as well. Karatala, Man of the Match award, no surprises there. And we get Melbourne Victory. They actually got through in their tie. So we'll play them in the quarterfinal. I'll be travelling back to my hometown of Melbourne and Amy Park at some point. There's a few guys here who need a rest. And you know what? I think I'm probably going to give it to them because we've got international call-ups coming up. We've got games against Jiangsu. And then we've got a full week off for the game against Shanghai. Let's give Karatala a bit of a boost as well. 2 goals, 2 assists from the winger. Absolutely fantastic for him. Now, what does that do to our schedule? Where is the victory tie? It's not for a while, so I think we're potentially going to jump forward quite a bit in the league itself. Play 10 or so games in the league before we come back, and then next episode, of course, we're going to bring you guys the quarterfinal, first leg and second leg against Melbourne Victory as we continue to try and push for our Champions League title. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. That is the part that I appreciate the most. I hope you guys are enjoying the series, are enjoying the challenge. If you got positive feedback, negative feedback, drop it down in the comment section below. I do respond to each and every individual comment that I get. But like I said, I just appreciate you watching along with me. If you want to help celebrate our victory, you can drop a like on this video. Helps us get higher on YouTube search results when people look for Football Manager content. That's why everyone asks you to do it. You can also subscribe to this channel to be kept up to date on all of our future videos, not just in the Pentagon Challenge, but hopefully some more fun series before the release of FM22 later this year. But as always, I've been Sean, and I'll see you all again in the mixer.